Welcome, Chick-Fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show with Coach Darrell Jernigan. Coach, welcome tonight. We appreciate you taking time out of your week to join us every week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So how has the week of practice been this week?
It's been very good. We actually had, I think, by far our best week of practice this year. Offense had a great week. Defense had a great week. We just been competing with each other.
Well, that's good. We normally talk about the previous week's game. Of course, last year, hopefully we're done with the weather changes.
I hope so.
I mean, we've had two this year, such an unusual year to have to, honestly, I could only think of one or two weather changes in the whole time we've been doing this. Can you think of any? I know there was that Saturday game.
That ain't been many.
Yeah. And then we've had two this year. And of course, having to go to Wetumpka instead of playing here. Do you think that had any impact? I mean, I'm sure it had some.
It had some, but for the most part, it was a nice venue we played in. So, but the kids get in their mind that we're gonna play at home, then we changed the game on them. So it kind of bothered them a little bit, but I don't think it had a lot of impact on them.
Well, we're creatures of habit too. I mean, and being out of school on Thursday, so you didn't have them there on Thursday. They didn't do the walkthrough on Thursday, but they were at school. They came late, didn't they? Didn't school start late on Friday?
Yes.
So, now going a trip like Wetumpka, 100 miles away, do y'all go on a regular school bus or do you take charters up there?
No, we take a regular school bus. We broke it up. We stopped in Montgomery, ate at Texas Roadhouse, and then, we went on to Wetumpka. So we broke it up.
So I know that game had to be frustrating for you as a coach because it was frustrating for me as a as a play-by-play and as a fan. But the defense played a great game last week.
Correct.
And so, offense moved the ball some, but just seemed like we'd shoot ourselves in the foot or we'd make the wrong play.
Yeah, we did. It's no secret. Like I said before, after the game with John Wayne, offensively we stunk it up. But like you said, we moved the ball, but it's just like key moments where we miss a wide open guy, we overshoot him on a goal ball, or we miss one block, or receiver drop a ball, or the running back don't step up and take on a linebacker that's blitzing so we can get somebody open. So just little stuff like that we had to go back, watch the film and make corrections on. But to your point, defense played an outstanding job. Besides two plays that Coach River been talking about it, and we talked about this week, besides two plays, they played a stellar game.
Like you said, two plays. They brought the other quarterback in, and he's running quarterback. A lot of speed, good athlete. Took it 69 yards for that one. It was on third down. And then after the sudden change, after the interception, one play, 12 yards, but almost half their yards came on those two scoring plays.
Correct.
So, but the defense did a great job, and it just seemed like we're a little bit out of sync in some ways. It was just one of those kind of nights because we had a short field goal that was blocked.
It got blocked, and that was part on our wing guy. Instead of stepping down, he kind of like just stood up and tried to get the outside guy, and the guy came inside and tipped it and blocked it. So that was on our wing guy right there. So that's one of the things that we corrected too in our extra point team.
I'm assuming the rules are still the same. You always block the man closest to the ball.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
So you don't let him go to get the guy wider that's got further to go. So, but anyway, that was a hash kick, but it was basically an extra point. I think it was maybe snapped from the 3-yard line.
And then if you really go back and look at it, then we forget to go tackle over because it was from the left hash. So that would have made it longer for him to go to get to the block. So all those things come into factor right there.
Yeah. So missed field goal there. Had an interception in the end zone as well. So Tigers were down there, plenty of opportunity to score.
Correct.
and just for whatever reasons just didn't.
And we got to be better in the green zone. You know, when we get down there, we got to be. You know, we got to lean on either get it in the end zone because this season we've been relying on the big play too much, and then we get down in the green zone. I call it the green zone. A lot of people call it the red zone. But we get down in there and, we come away with no points or come away with 3 points. So we got to get in there and make sure we get 6 out of it.
Well, you mentioned that. And since you bring that up, it does seem like the last couple of weeks that has been kind of an issue more so than it had been the previous against Carroll. That kind of was a situation, and then it presented itself again against Wetumpka. I mean, I know you got to give your opponent credit, but I mean, is there something else going on? I mean, I'm sure that's something you worked on this week.
Yeah, something worked on. But like we tell the guys, me, Coach Corngate, and my whole offense staff, we tell them we're not good enough offense to play behind the sticks. We got to stay, that third and 3, 3rd and 4. We can't get into 3rd and 7s and 3rd and 8 because we're not that good at offense right now. They're trying to get in 3rd and 8. Well, we got to, step back and throw the ball. We want to stay at 3rd and mediums.
Right. Well, I mean, predictability is not good for an offense. You got to be unpredictable where you can run or pass. So I understand that. But against Carroll in particular, we had penalties a lot of times. We got down there, we'd have mental mistakes.
Yeah, we did. And like I said it before, I mean, offensively, I mean, we young, but like I told them after the game, I mean, this is our 6th game. We're 3-3 in our 6th game. That young stuff go out the window right now.
Right.
I mean, we only got two seniors on offense, but like I said before, we've been playing 6 games, so that young go out the window right now. You got a lot of games up under your belt and a lot of playing time.
That's right. Well, that sounds good. Did we have any injuries? Did we get out the game pretty good?
Yeah. Well, we had one injury. We lost Elliott Clayton for the year. He tore his ACL. The other one, he tore one last year, so he tore his other one. So we want to wish him on the 8th he had surgery, a speedy recovery, and we'll be thinking about him because he's also a senior.
Yeah, that's tough. I hated that so much for Elliott, and I was hoping it was not going to be severe. We could see him on the training table down in front of us, and man, he had a smile on his face, which he always has a smile on his face, and seemed like he was in good spirits. Didn't seem like he was in any pain, so we were hoping for the best, Yeah,
I think his adrenaline was still pumping at the time, but Elliott been really good for us, especially on special teams. He was a long snapper, plays on kickoff team, punt return. So I mean, he's really going to be missed.
Yeah, I know that, and being his other knee. So I mean, he just got rehabbed, still wearing the brace on the
correct.
On the one he had torn last year. So, yeah, our thoughts and prayers go to Elliott, and we'll have to remember him on next Tuesday on the 8th when he has surgery. But anyway, we will step aside for a commercial break. We'll be back with more of the Chick-Fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show after this timeout.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are proud to be the official sponsor for the Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show. Be sure to join us for the live show every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole-home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Good call or bad call, officials always have the final say in sports. And at Alpha Insurance, we know it's important for you to have the final say on the insurance plan we build for you. You'll have peace of mind knowing we will work hard to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Alpha Insurance, always a good call. In Eufaula, call Alpha Agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue. Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them. Unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey, we're back. Chick-fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show. Coach, road trip again. We had an unexpected road trip last week. We've already talked about Wetumpka, disappointing loss, but that's behind us. You know, I know it cost you a steak dinner, but other than that, I mean, you don't want to, anytime you tee the ball up, you want to win the game, but it doesn't count on anything as far as the playoffs other than tiebreakers. Tigers still control their destiny as far as the playoffs are concerned, and this one Friday night's an important one.
Oh, yeah, it's very important. I mean, it's the next game, but it also is a region game, you know, and Greenville got a good team. They athletic, and, you know, they move the ball around. They got a big running back there. I was talking to their coach earlier this week. He weighs about 250. At running back.
The running back weighs 250.
Correct.
How many linemen do we have to weigh over 250?
We got a couple. But, I mean, he's a great athlete and a quarterback. He can run around back there, and they run the zone read with him. So we got to know our keys and, you know, game tackle. That's Coach Rivers been teaching that all week, and he's been preaching that everybody got to run to the ball, all live into the ball, and make sure he's down.
Yeah. So he's, I guess, we don't have any stats or anything. I don't even have the roster here to see what his name is. What number is that running back?
Number 2.
He's
number two.
Okay. And so yeah, he'll be one to watch for sure tomorrow night. So are they a predominantly running team then?
Well, they were in the zone read. I know the offensive coordinator. We coached against CJ when he was at Park Crossing. He was the head coach at Park Crossing. And he loves a running quarterback, and he likes to run that zone read, and then he likes to lull you to sleep and try to hit you over the top. And they got some athletic receivers that's out there. So our DBs got to, not fall asleep, locked in on the running back. So, but he's a good coach. So, like I said before, they got some good athletes. But I know our defense and Coach Rivers had that defense ready to go.
So, I mean, I don't know what it is about that area, but Greenville's always
They always have athletes.
And always big. And I've always kind of scratched my head wondering what's happened lately. But if you look at the all-time series, you follow leads 19-10, and it seems like the majority of those wins for Greenville came in that same little time period back 40 years ago in the playoffs. But since then, Greenville hasn't had a lot of success against Eufaula. They did win 2 games in 14 and 15, but Eufaula's really had the number. And you look at them side by side, it's almost like David and Goliath in a way because they're so big. But y'all have done a great job getting our guys ready to play, and certainly we hope that's going to be the same situation tomorrow.
And you said they're big on the D line too. I mean, they got some big boys up there, and they run multiple different coverages back there, so they keep you thinking back there. One play there in cover 2, then cover 4, then cover 1, then cover 0. So we us coaches got to be locked into the back because I mean I'm a receiver coach, so I stay locked into the back end of it for the most part, seeing what coverage they roll into pre and post snap like that. So I think it'll be a good game Friday.
So you talk about how multiple they are on defense, and that's something a lot of the lay people that just watch the game or listen to the game or go to the game don't think about a lot. But is it our defense is more complicated now than they were back when you played even 20 years ago?
Without a doubt, because you can have one side, playing quarters, the other side playing cover 2 or man. So, I mean, they just try to confuse the quarterback. And, I mean, like now these offenses are so dominant in scoring points because everybody want to see offense score points. So, defense, you got to come and mix it up and try to confuse the quarterback and confuse these receivers and running their routes. Because now these slot receivers outside, they're reading the coverages. So, if you roll down, they got a choice route, they run the goal. You back up, they run a hitch, stuff like that. So, they're reading you. So, defense got to, try to confuse them themselves.
You bring up an interesting point. I didn't think about it. So we have option routes and we're running. So it's up to the quarterback and the receivers to read it the same.
Correct.
And be on the same page.
Correct. And that boils down to reps. Like I tell all my receivers, like don't just get reps when you're at practice with us. Y'all meet up before school, after school, and get reps on it yourself.
Right. That's interesting. We have to address that again later on, maybe for people at home, because I mean that really does shed some light on some things. Because I mean there were a couple of interceptions last week that it really looked like we threw it straight to the defense, and it was where everybody wasn't on the same page apparently. And I'm not asking for you to elaborate on any of that, but I mean that does shed light for like I said, for just the average person.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'm gonna just say there's like. Because I played the position in high school, anytime an offense is not doing well, you blame everything on the quarterback. If the quarterback ain't playing well, but then every time they're doing good, it's the quarterback. We got a good quarterback. And like I tell both of my quarterbacks now, I said, it's come with the position you're playing. When you're doing good, everybody praising you. You're doing bad, it's all your fault. So it just comes to position. I mean, and both of them, they take it well. They're very coachable, and I'm blessed to have both of them back there.
Right. That's right. So what time will the team be leaving tomorrow? What are your travel plans?
We'll get them out of class after 30 lunch. I think that's 12:45, and we plan on pulling out from the high school around 1:15 and stopping in Troy and get something to eat, and then cruising on down to Greenville.
Yeah. Well, we hope everything goes well. We will bring you back for a brief segment here to talk about where everything stands with the playoffs and what have you, the importance of this game. But we will take one more quick commercial break. Be back with the Chick-Fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show after this.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express, fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Glover Funeral Home, family means everything. Owned and operated by Kendall and Caroline Hanahan Glover. We live by our motto, our family serving your family. We treat each family we serve as one of our own, providing care and support during your time of need. Our dedicated staff is available 24/7 by email, phone, or in person when you need us most. Glover Funeral Home is here for you because family always comes first.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-7034.
R.W. Wingate & Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They are located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact R.W. Wingate & Company for your accounting needs.
Don't suffer in the summer heat. Benefield's Heating and Cooling in Eufaula has you covered. Locally owned and operated, licensed and bonded, we're your trusted Bryant Factory authorized dealer. And just like Brian says, we service everything we sell. So stay cool all summer long with Benefield's Heating and Cooling. Call 334-695-8039 today and be a cool cat this season. Now that we have your attention, call Lauren Streeter with Lake Home Realty for all of your real estate needs.
Hello, I'm Matt Aver, the new pastor of First United Methodist right here in Eufaula. We'd love for you to join us on Sundays at 10 for worship. We also have Sunday school at 8:45. You can check us out on our social media or our website. We look forward to seeing you. Go Tigers.
So, Coach, before we leave the Greenville game, you said the big running back number 2 is a player that obviously y'all are paying attention to. Players should look out for. Anybody else? Who else is a standout for them? Anybody in particular on defense? That the number we're going to call quite a bit.
No, not really. I mean, they just play as a big group. You know, they fly around to the ball. They got big guys up front, try to stop the run and plug holes. Big number 52 for him on the D line. You know, he's a big body that plug a lot of holes for him to free up those linebackers so they can run. So, you know, I believe if we go in and execute this game plan that we got, I think we got some stuff that we can, take advantage of offensively for them. And, I think we'll be okay, but we got to go to play. We can't just, I believe my defense is going to go in and play well week in and week out. But offensively, we just got to keep believing in ourselves and move the ball. And, when we get down in the green zone, we got to put it in.
Well, it's that time of year. I mean, it's these next 4 games, Greenville, Andalusia, Charles Henderson, and Early County. I mean, it's going to be 4 tough games. So it's that time.
Without a doubt.
I mean,
without a doubt.
To gel at the right time to get ready for the playoffs. And speaking of playoffs, what region are we paired with?
We cross over with Elmore County, Beauregard, Valley, and I think that Region 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Region 4. So that's who we cross over with in the first round.
Okay. Any questions from the audience?
No, not so far.
No, okay. But tomorrow night, I mean, we talked about the Tigers win. We can lock a playoff spot. Tomorrow, things are going to start taking shape because Andalusia is on the road to Charles Henderson as well. So if the playoffs started now, Catholic would win the region, obviously. Then it's Charles Henderson, Andalusia, Eufaula. But Greenville is still, 1 and 2. They're still – their chances are obviously still alive, and tomorrow night's a huge game for them.
Yeah, so the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll find out a lot. Find out a lot our region to shape up, and then, time for playoff ball after that.
That's right.
Gerald, I did get one text. If we have the address for the new field, the new complex, would we post it?
Yes, we'll post it, but it's at the high school.
It's the same place the other one was?
Yes, no, it's at the high school. The high school.
Okay.
The other one wasn't at the high school.
That's right.
But we will put it out. I'll put that out either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks.
I would think if you just search Greenville High School.
Yeah, you see it right off the interstate.
Yeah.
But we'll put it out for you.
Oh, I've seen it. I've driven by it many times, but I don't know exactly how to drive to it. I'm sure Google does. So, but anyway, that's pretty good. Now, I saw some as I was looking at points. It looks like, and I haven't looked at specifically who I guess they scored 74 points against Wilcox. That's the outlier. And then 52 points against Headland. It's a pretty big output against Headland. I mean, I'm sure you watched that film. I didn't, but they're averaging quite a few points at 219 through 6 games. So.
Yeah, they got explosive offense. You know what I'm saying? With their running game, and then get everybody to stack the box, and they try to go over the top. Only with those receivers they got can run out there. So
have they had success throwing the ball something this year?
I mean, they have, but when you look at film, it's like everybody's packing the box, trying to stop number 2 at running back, and then you get your one-on-ones and just throw it up and let my guys faster than your guys. So
the strength of the team is defense, and so the defense needs to just do their normal job.
Correct.
So
Correct.
How I know it's all relative because you watch film, so you don't really know, but how do they compare size-wise to Wetumpka? Wetumpka was pretty decent size last week. How does Greenville compare? Are they bigger than Wetumpka?
I'll say Greenville bigger. I'll say Wetumpka was bigger and more athletic. Wetumpka has some ends that can really go now. Those 2 defensive ends that had a defense, they can really play. And they that running back they had, I mean, he's a pretty thick running back, and he was leaning on you and to get you tired. And then they bring 5 in at quarterback for you. So I mean, Wetumpka had size, but they was more athletic, I'll say.
Well, it was tough trying to stop the big running back and then that speedy quarterback they brought in that scored the 2 touchdowns. I mean, it was hard to be responsible to keep all the gaps.
Yeah, and defense did a good job. They did a good job hitting 11. I mean, he was a load. I mean, he was strong. I felt like I told Coach Rivers, I felt like he got stronger as the game went on.
He did seem that way, yeah.
And then they bring in 5 in with the zone read with him and 5 pulling. And so, those 2 plays that we had. But defense did an outstanding job against it.
That's right. And of course, I don't know if we said this. I know we talked off air about the win at Russell County. The win at Russell County is looking better and better as the year rolls along because Russell County,
they're 5-1, and they'll be playing for the region championship in a couple of weeks against Pipe Row, I'm thinking.
That's right. So they've continued to go well, but that whatever you said at halftime at Russell County, you need to bottle that and use that the rest of the year. Because I'm going to tell you, that was a great effort in the second half. Best I've seen this season, the second half at Russell County. Would you say that was probably the best half of football we played?
Yeah, offensively, yeah. I would say that. I think defense got better after that game. They was good that game, but I think defense have turned up a notch. After that weekend, been playing pretty good week in and week out.
Oh, no doubt. The defense.
The biggest thing with my defense, they're consistent.
That's right.
That's one of the things I can say about my defense. They're really consistent. Offense, we're not consistent right now. We'll score points, go 41 on Carroll, and then come back. I'll only give you 3 against Wetumpka. But we're moving the ball, as you said earlier. We just got to, find a way to get the ball in the end zone. That's the thing. It's no good as if you're moving and not getting the ball in the end zone.
That's right. That's right. Well, we hope they get in the end zone tomorrow night. Hope that all comes together, and it's a big region win. And the Tigers go to 3-1 in region play and lock up a playoff spot tomorrow. And we'll be there to watch it and root you on, Coach. And we hope everything goes well and we get out of the game with no injuries.
Yes. I appreciate everybody. I want everybody to come out tomorrow night. We're going to be in white jerseys, gray pants, and white accessories. So come out and support us and cheers on to a victory.
Sounds good, Coach. Safe travels.
I appreciate it. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. We'll be back with another segment here on the Chick-Fil-A View Follow Coaches Show. We'll welcome Ricky McGilvery and George Cochran to talk about the Cochran Reunion coming up in about 3 weeks. But we'll be back after this commercial break.
Stephen W. Bryan, candidate for Barber County Commission, District 2, is a big supporter of Eufaula Tiger football. Stephen lives, works, worships, and shops in our county, and his motto is, I am here. He plans to be accessible to the people of his district and will share his personal email and phone numbers. Stephen says, I ultimately will answer my God for the choices I make and take that seriously. I will be teachable, respectful, genuine, a man of integrity, and above board in every decision I make for the betterment of the whole of Barber County. Paid for by the Friends of Stephen W. Bryan for County Commission.
Spectra Care wants to remind you it's always the right time to talk with children and teens in your life about the dangers of substance and alcohol abuse. Tackle those tough conversations about underage drinking and substance use. Head on with the young people you care about. Talk. They hear you.
Hey, my name is Chris Wilkinson, and I am the pastor of First Baptist Church. We would love to have you come worship with us. Our worship service is 10 o'clock every Sunday morning. You can also go to our website to learn more about our ministries. Hope to see you Sunday, and go Tigers.
Since 1953, Flowers Insurance Agency has been protecting you and your assets with policies tailored to your specific needs. Whether it's commercial, personal lines, life insurance, or employee benefits, including your employer-offered health insurance, Flowers Insurance has you covered. With access to over 50 insurance carriers, we provide the trusted service and products you deserve. It's simple. Call Flowers Insurance in downtown
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is the Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that has been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, the Clayton Record.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
When it comes to professional gutter installation, Gutterman Dothan has you covered. Voted Best of the Wiregrass 7 years in a row, we provide top-notch gutter services across the Wiregrass area. Protect your home from rainstorms with our premium gutter systems designed to prevent foundation cracks and water damage. Trust Gutterman for expert installation, quality materials, and a beautiful durable finish.
Hey, we're back on the Chick-Fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show, joined now by a couple of guys I've known for quite some time, George Cochran and Ricky McGilvery. Guys, appreciate y'all taking time to join us tonight.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate everything y'all do. I mean, y'all do things behind the scenes that people don't know about. I mean, I don't know how many years, I guess we could talk about it, the dinner you do for the seniors, the Thursday night before the first football game.
The 25th year.
25th year. I mean, that's a quarter of a century of doing that. Yeah. And a lot of people, other than the guys that come through the program, nobody knows about it. Y'all are, just doing what you can do to keep the tradition of the program and to support the program. We appreciate everything that you do. And speaking of that, I mean, it's what y'all are on here to talk about is the Cochran Union. I guess was last year the first year for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last year was first year.
Yeah. And I didn't know. I knew I had the opportunity to attend last year, and it was great seeing a lot of the people that, you don't see very often. People came in from out of town, and we appreciate y'all putting that together.
Yeah. We had, I think it was close to 75, 80.
Yeah, I think so. Actually the 76 football season, the 77 graduating class had the biggest turnout. I think they only had a handful of them that weren't there. There were more of them there. I guess maybe the older you get, the more sentimental it gets. Yeah. So our class did pretty well too, though.
Yeah, we had quite a few people there, and some people that I think Gary was there.
Yeah,
he
Gary
lives in Virginia.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We had a pretty good turnout for that. So, last year was the first year we did it. And getting back though, you mentioned the senior supper. Ricky's been doing it for 25, but I didn't start helping until probably about 20 or so. So he was the one that actually kind of got it back going. Not sure who the coach was. Then was it Owens or was it Plagueis?
Coach Owens.
Coach Owens was the first one.
25 years ago would have been.
1999.
You're not that old. We know.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, I appreciate that. They help us with the scholarships that we give and the golf tournament and everything else too. They're big supporters of that.
But we're hoping to have a good turnout this year again at the reunion. It was a lot of fun. The thing I hated about it is there were so many people there that I haven't seen in so long that you really didn't get time to talk to everybody or not talk long, and some of you guys that I see more often, I probably didn't hardly speak to just because I do see y'all enough that we kind of keep in touch. So I think we're going to start it a little earlier this year.
Yeah, this year we're going to start at 4:30. It'll be October 25th. It'll be senior night.
This is Charles Henderson game.
Charles Henderson. So we're going 25th at the Community Center. Gonna start at 4:30, so we're starting a little earlier, and so those that can come on out and kind of get a chance to talk to
Mix and mingle a little more.
players, but also coaches. We're still working on a couple of getting that nailed down. We've got some of the coaches already nailed down are going to be there. Still working on Coach Landers. He's got a conflict and he's trying to maybe try to work through it. Coach Jennings is George is working on him pretty hard.
Yeah, Coach Jennings haven't seen Coach Jennings in quite some time, but Coach Landers, I want to say, came last year, not this year, but last year for the Woodham Williams.
Two previous years, they did.
He came to the reunion last year too, though.
He did.
I think so. I saw him. I saw him at the reunion
Coach
also.
Fleming. Coach Williams cannot come this year. He's got a previous engagement. Coach Woodham will be there. So most of the coaches, I think, will be there.
If you told Coach Williams you'd buy him around to golf, he'd be there.
Invite him to play golf.
Yeah,
he said.
he'd be
I
there.
don't know if he would have come this weekend.
Yeah.
He said he goes to the Alabama State, Alabama A&M every year. It's a big, whatever that classic is in Birmingham, and he said he has to go to that every year, and all his family goes. So he told us next year don't do it on that weekend.
You know, one of the things that we did this year and have gotten out for those that are on Facebook is we started a Facebook page for a Cochran Era reunion, and those of y'all who may be listening, go on it, look it up, join it, and tag your classmate, your teammates. It's just not for the football players, the band, as well as the cheerleaders. We had several cheerleaders who came last year. Charlotte Woodbury,
Charlotte,
and Donna.
There's several of them. Becky Buchanan. Tina.
Yeah.
There was Carla Musgrove. There were some others. I don't remember them all, but yeah, there were several cheerleaders come. We'd love to have.
You had students last year too, didn't you? Wasn't there some
Yeah, Tanya
students?
Warren.
Yeah. Well, and two this year, if weather's bad or folks can't come over and cheer, we always want you to come cheer on Tigers. Y'all gonna try to have it on TV, correct?
We're going. Yeah, we're working to try to have it set up to where that we have a TV in place to where we can tune in to y'all's broadcast and have it to where you have time to watch the game, but also have time to see people you hadn't seen in 40, 45 years.
Yeah, last year, a fair amount of people went over to the game, but a lot of people didn't go to the game, just stayed in there and visited. So this year you're gonna have to help us with that, Doug. But we've got a large TV. We'll have videos playing from some of the old games back in the day, and but when 7 o'clock comes, we'll put on the Charles Anderson Eufaula game.
Also, we'll be supper will be served. We hadn't nailed down exactly what time. We're going to try to start that a little bit earlier. Everybody complimented on it last year. Joe's going to be doing a supper again for us. So if anybody can come out or tag your teammate, tell them to come on. We sure enjoy getting to see each other. We're not getting any younger, and
not getting younger.
And it's a good thing to see. There were some of my heroes when I came up. I got to see. I think Tony Dykes was
Tony
there.
was there last year.
Tony Dykes, David Queenie was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're not any of us getting any younger, and it's hard to believe when you look back how long. I mean, this is the 40th anniversary of your senior season of football.
40. Yeah, 40 years. Yeah.
I mean, that
means it's 39 for you.
I know, but I mean,
And
it's
me
just,
too.
yeah, for both of us. But I mean, it's just like the song "Don't Blink." I mean, it's like you look around and you talk about 40 years, and yeah.
Doug's over there laughing, trying to count 40
40
plus for Doug.
I had a couple to that. Yeah.
But yeah. So is the plan for this to be an annual event?
Yeah, well, our plan is to kind of carry this on and continue to as again, it's 40 years for us. But you think about our coaches, they're not getting any younger and not able to get here. So I mean, seize the opportunity to get a chance to see your coach who came and coached you.
That's right.
And I was so glad to see Coach Landers. I hadn't seen him. I saw him at the golf tournament. First time I had seen him since we graduated. And got a chance, the opportunity to just tell him thank you.
Yeah, and a lot of people our age don't do a lot of Facebook. So through this, I'll reach out and call certain people that I know that played back then. But for them, and even with Jarrell now, but a lot of these kids growing up and us when we were growing up, our coaches were a very influential male role model for us. Their father was also, but their coaches were usually one of the top 2 or 3 people that influenced them as far as a male role model in their life. And I have to be reluctant because I call some of these guys and we'll get on the phone and you can't get off the phone. You start talking, we start telling stories about certain games or certain plays, and I can remember them, but they, everybody's got their own story. But I can end up on the phone for 2 hours and talk to 3 people. So, yeah. But I don't really like to talk that much. So,
yeah, we know that. We realize that.
Y'all sat me in here and gave me this mic. I can't hardly hear any of y'all. I'm the one that's deaf, and I've got a mic. Anyhow.
So what is obviously there's a meal involved, so there is some costs.
Yeah, we're asking for a donation like we did last year, $25 donation. It's not mandatory. If you can't, don't have the money to do it, we're not going to turn you away, and we're not going to not feed you. So
we're going to have a bucket when you walk in.
Yeah,
if you want to throw 100 in there, we'll take that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it. It was a lot of fun last year, and I know especially my mother probably enjoyed it as much as anybody because she's up there in age and she doesn't get to see a lot of these people on a day-to-day basis, or less than the rest of us. So getting to see a lot of those people, she really loved rehashing, and even some of the coaches, because she still talks with some of the coaches. But it's one thing to talk to them, but it's another thing to see them, give them a hug, and sit down together and just talk about the good old days. So
that was my next question. When I see somebody and I was going to let you bring it up first. They don't ask me, is George going to be there? They ask, is your mom going to be there? Yeah,
Mom will be there. Okay, Pam and Beth will be there. They probably don't ask about them either, but Mom will be there. Yeah, she's already trying to pick out what to wear. So female at heart. But,
that's right. That's great.
Mother will be there. But
one of the other things we're doing too on the Facebook page is if you've been following it a little bit, we've been able to. George has done his mom kept scrapbooks and everything else, and it's been amazing to be able to look through those scrapbooks last year, look through almost every year, I believe, of newspaper articles and pictures and everything else. But we've been posting. We started with the 76 football team, and then we just posted the 70, some of the 77. And then we're fishing started with the 78 state championship team. And Doug, you can give a shout out on that one. I'm sure you'll be proud to be able to say, hey, there's 4 of us sitting here, 4 Tigers sitting here, and only one of us got a ring. So, yeah. Well, you stole your daddy's.
I've got a basketball. I've got one in basketball.
That used to be a question. I got a basketball, got a football. He's got more than anybody.
I don't truthfully have a football one though. So I didn't play.
You was manager. You was a ball boy.
But I didn't get a ring. Yeah. But I wasn't on. I wasn't actually playing on the football team, so I didn't play a whole lot on the basketball one either.
Mine was for coaching, not they didn't allow me next to the basketball.
Well, now speaking of that, I mean, I guess there were some basketball players at the reunion last year.
They were also invited as well.
There were 4 or 5 off the state championship.
That's right.
Tracy Williams, Owens.
Yep. Tracy really, he and I talked about that. We won the state championship, but at the halftime we were behind, and I don't remember the score, but we were behind a fair amount. And Southside had won it the year before, and the MVP from the year before was still on their team, a guy named Rodney Stevens, and they voted for the MVP at halftime, and they gave it to Rodney. But in the second half, Tracy had a phenomenal second half. He was a very good ball player. We came back. We were down 13, came back and beat them, but he should have been the MVP of that ball game, but they had voted at halftime, and he wasn't. But anyhow.
Yeah, that's a quirky thing to vote at halftime.
Yeah.
One of the, everybody's been asking, a lot of people, our little committee, we get together when we talk about the reunion for our, 15 minutes, and we talk about the goats that you follow. And, our era goes back a whole different era. But you think about, and that's what I've said consistently, the tradition of you follow football really started in 76. Of where it really took off, and it started. Before then, we had great players. We had some winning seasons. We had the
state championship
53, but it was not a consistent program like it has been since 76. And correct me if I'm wrong. Have we had 1 or 2 losings? One,
I think just the one. We actually backed into the playoffs. Rigby's year. One year was at 6A, and we were 5-5. We went to playoffs and lost first round.
And I think Coach Woodham's last year.
Woodham,
So you think about that. That's only 2 losing seasons in 48 years. 48 years.
48.
And we've had a lot of outstanding football players come through in each era, and that's something to be proud of. I don't think you can say this is the go to Eufaula. I would put my vote in, but somebody they don't even know who that guy is. Most people, we do, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah, and it's hard. I've always said that it doesn't matter anything, but it's hard to say somebody's the best of all time because you may see somebody and they have their best game, and you think, man, he's great. But you kind of got to look at all his stats. And then there's people before him and after him that you don't ever see, or maybe you see them once. They don't have their best game. I always like to say he's one of the best. But there's other. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
It's hard to compare eras also.
Yeah.
So
and you got kids that go through high school and they make the next level, and then the light comes on, and they really step it up. So,
like I said, we've been very fortunate in Eufaula's program. I mean, even before we played, you can go back and look at some of the ones who.
Jeff Jenkins played for the 49ers.
Yeah. I mean, you
look
look
at some great athletes.
Scott Blackman, Mitchell. I mean, you can just start going back through that era and look at
Billy Brabham. I think he was supposed to be real good.
I mean, there were really good players previous that you had to read about them, but I mean they were good. So
I've heard how good Arnie Kitchens was over the years, and Arnie's getting on up in age, but if he lives another 15, 20 years, he might have been the best of all time.
No comment.
But you talk about the tradition. You may or may not know if you listen to us. We talked about it earlier in the season, but Eufaula currently has the 7th longest playoff streak in the state for all classifications, which is pretty good. I mean, I think we've gone 26 straight years, and if we win Friday night, it'd be 27. So there was a year, and of course Doug talked about how we're beneficial, I guess, just a few years ago to make it, but the year we didn't make it that broke that. If we did the year that we missed it in the late 90s, there were several years that strung together before that. So we should if we hadn't missed it that one year, we'd be top 2 or 3. So
and probably I don't know that, but probably when we missed it was the same as when we would have been the first few years. But back then, you only had one playoff team.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. It's different from now. There were not 4 teams making it.
There was one team. And it always come down to us and Smith Station. And in our era, when Keith, when me and you and George played, I mean,
right.
To tell you how close it was in '78, the year Eufaula won, I think it was 7-6. Smith Station.
No, 78 we beat them pretty bad.
All right, it was 7-6 Valley.
Valley.
It was a 1-point win.
Yeah, we beat them 7-6.
And they were in the same region also. Yeah. The area back then.
That was the Smith Station game. One of the buses broke down. Remember, and they loaded everybody they needed and got there, and they started the game, and some of them showed up later. But I think we beat them 30-6 that night. We beat them pretty good that year.
Well, interesting. Well, so 4:30 at the community center.
Gonna start at 4:30. Yeah.
Okay.
October 25th.
Well, that's great, and have television so people can hang out and watch the game if they want to. They can go to the stadium and support the Tigers as well. It's a great event, so I'm looking forward to seeing everyone again. So have you got any feedback? I didn't realize there was that many. So there was 75 people attended last year. Did you say?
We look back.
Ricky we had a book.
We had a book, and we had some that didn't sign in, but we kind of looked through some pictures. We had some pictures taken, but I think sign-ins we had 50 plus, and then we started saying, well, that person was there, and that person was there, and so we kind of counted up. It was a
good group, like you said.
For the first year,
I didn't have a chance to speak to everyone that I would have liked to, and so I'm glad that you're starting early. We'll have a little bit more time. Hopefully, everyone will get there early. I certainly plan to myself.
You can come on over there and visit with us, and just then Doug set up everything upstairs.
That's the way it was last year. I got 5 minutes there, and I had to go. So
we'll send you a fish plate.
They don't send it by him. I'll never get there.
Fish and French fries.
Yeah.
Hey, sounds good to me. Yes, so, anything else y'all want to talk about before we sign off?
One, I'd like to thank you and Doug both. For what y'all do is important to the community for what y'all do for this program and what y'all do and the travels and the sacrifices that y'all make. People are real quick to criticize, and not many people will stand up and tell you thank you. I want to tell you both thank you for what y'all done, your sacrifices that you made. It makes our program a better program because there are so many people out there that are going to tune in Friday night that don't have the opportunity to know what we're doing, and that reaches to them, and they want to stay a part of a tradition and a program. And if we don't do that, and then we train some of these younger ones, we have to say that now, train the younger ones to maybe carry this tradition on, it'll be lost, and it'll be a shame. But thank y'all for all the years that y'all put into it and the work that you do.
You're talking about the senior supper. How many years? I know there was a little hiatus in there where y'all didn't do it for a couple of years, but y'all been doing this for, 40 years maybe? How long have y'all been doing it?
Mid-90s.
Yeah, it was mid-94 was the first season that I was on the radio.
You talk about making the playoffs, the streak, the 7, but that's part of, Eufaula's a first-class program. To me, to be a first-class program, having a good broadcast team, and y'all do an excellent job. I've listened to some other broadcasts of other games, and they have a broadcast, but the guys just they don't know football, or they don't. But y'all do a very good job. You're professional, but it's just a part of us being a first class program in our program, and it really does, like Ricky said, the community they really do need it. The only thing I would say, if y'all could help a little, if y'all will let us know if the refs are a little bit one sided, if y'all will let us know
work on that.
We try. We try.
But and I've watched. It doesn't matter if it's college, pros. You can watch so many games, and I think the refs as a whole, they're doing the best they can. Especially at the high school level, they're probably shorthanded, like a lot of places. A lot of times, I don't know that they're one-sided. It's just that they just miss some calls.
Sometimes they're out of position. They just don't see.
Yeah, or they'd probably be like me if I was out there. They're out of shape. They can't get in position. So, for the most part, they're probably doing the best they can, but they're always going to miss some. So, but anyhow, thank y'all for inviting us and letting us come on here, and we appreciate it. Appreciate what y'all do.
Yep. Well, that's great. Well, we will we'll certainly see you on the 25th. I'm sure we'll see you between now and then. And we'll be cheering on the Tigers tomorrow. Important game. Both of you guys, we have memories of Greenville. So,
not good.
Yeah.
The next 3, are basically determine probably your seating or where you're going to be in the playoffs. I think we got Greenville, Andalusia. They're both on the road.
Pike
Charles
County.
Henderson.
Charles Henderson.
Yeah.
That'll probably be, unless Headland sneaks in, I guess, that'll probably be the top 4 teams in the region.
That's right. And I guess it was your senior season, Ricky. We played Andalusia first round of playoffs, played Greenville second round of playoffs. So that's the next 2 opponents.
Yeah.
So
we kind of owe Greenville.
I think we've made up for it by now.
Well, no, we hadn't.
When was the last time?
Last time what? Greenville won? It was I think 15.
Yeah, it's been a while. 9 years.
Yeah.
I still remember 84.
I'll be getting used to it now. Then let's whoop it on.
Yeah.
The overall series, I think it was it was 19 wins for Eufaula and 10 for Greenville, but like 5 of them happened.
Well, I remember 2 of those wins they had.
I know,
and they're not good memories.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we were talking about with Coach Jernigan. It seems like they grew them big down there.
Yeah.
So
Coach Woodham was down there at that time, and they had some very tremendous athletes come out of that program, and he brought a lot of his tradition that he learned here, and that he instilled into the middle school program and the high school program. So you got to give a kudos to Coach Woodham as well.
That's right. Yeah, that's no doubt about it. So
is he retired now? Alvin Briggs, but he came from there, was the AHSA executive director several years. So.
Sure was.
Appreciate it again.
Yeah, well, guys, glad you joined us tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing y'all on the 25th for sure. Doug, if there's no other questions, we will wrap it up tonight.
No other questions. Him saying what he said earlier, I would like to reach out. If there's some names, sometimes folks want to send them to us. Some of them, we see a lot of them, but we don't track them and keep up with them. We appreciate a lot of folks every week. Ever since we've been doing this, folks, there's Chris Baker and Charlie Martin here in town, and folks like that can't get out, and we appreciate them and what they do, and just being there listening. We know John Wayne's told us, a bunch of folks at Meade, everywhere else, the people that listen, some of them are the same people over and over we see on there. We appreciate them.
Yep. Well, I mean, people that love Eufaula football. There's people that live in Eufaula, been living here for years, that didn't go to the high school, but they love Eufaula football. So, I mean, it's just a community thing, and that's what you get with a one high school town. A lot of times, I mean, people take pride in the local school, and hey, go Tigers!
Tigers have pride.
And
that's
right. And you can look at our numbers and the breakdowns. There's communities: Troy, Headland, Dothan, Central Phoenix City, or Phoenix City. A lot of places like that are on our charts that there may be 25, 30 folks watching every Friday night from those places. So it gets out.
That's interesting. Yeah, never think about that.
I did learn one thing tonight. The last time I came in here and asked for a diet lemonade, which charged me $1.50 or $2. The night I walked in with a competitor's fast food soft drink in my hand, they came and gave me a diet lemonade to put up here.
It's amazing how that happens, right?
Bring a burger in next time.
That's right.
I'll have a chicken sandwich while I'm sitting there.
Well, we appreciate. Speaking of that, we do appreciate Daniel Pulley and sponsoring the show for the second year. Appreciate Chick-Fil-A of Eufaula letting us sit up here and broadcast, bring this to you every Thursday night. But if you guys don't have anything else, Doug doesn't have anything else, we'll go ahead and sign off till tomorrow night. We'll have a 6:30 pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff from Greenville, the new stadium. Tune in to see what it looks like if you can't make it. But for tonight, we're going to sign off. For Doug Apple, I'm Keith Bryan, George Cochran, Ricky McGilvery. Have a good night till tomorrow. Go Tigers.